My name's Mario. I started with Express early January, so I've been with the company now for just over 2 months. I found out about Express online, was looking for a new opportunity. This one really caught my eye. Obviously, having a pathway into ownership is something that really attracted me. It's a very unique business model, not something that you would see many companies sort of offer, so that attracted me immediately to the program. I was in recruitment before, looking to take that next step. So yeah, I guess timing wise, everything, it was a perfect opportunity for me to, take that next step in my career. So I was a branch manager, more operationally focused. Obviously in recruitment, there's a heavy sales focus. I was always looking to pivot into that. So this opportunity came at the right time and gave me that opportunity to pivot into more of a sales role. And then obviously, as I said, working towards business ownership is a massive perk. There are other companies that offer similar things, but I think the unique thing about Express is that the franchise model is something that they really advocate, and it's part of the business DNA. It's been that way for over 40 years. It's obviously had huge success in America, in North America. Still relatively new in Australia, but I think there's a great opportunity to really be one of the first people to sort of make it work in Australia and really grow the Express market share here. So that's another benefit of the program. Building your business while being paid a salary is obviously something very unique. If I was to go out and independently start my own business, I wouldn't have the systems and the support structure around me. But then also I wouldn't be getting paid a salary while I'm building. So it's another unique benefit of working for Express and being part of the RTO program. Yeah, so until I get to the stage of franchisee, I'm on a salary until then. So obviously it gives that stability in terms of knowing where your next paycheck is, but still being allowed to focus on building your clientele, building your business. So when you become a franchisee, the structure will change. So obviously when you get to that point, you'll have your hours, you'll have your commission set up. So it will change, but I guess while you're building, having a salary, knowing where your next paycheck is going to come from is obviously a big peace of mind, especially in the current economy that we're in. It's a big leap of faith to go out and start your own business. So I think what Express is doing is really beneficial for me as an aspiring business owner. I think it's probably easier with Express. It's an established business model. It's been around for over 40 years. It's tried and tested. So there's plenty of proof of concept. We've learned that the last couple of days at this summit. It really is one of those things that if you do trust the process and you are consistent with following the process, you will achieve outcomes that you wouldn't otherwise achieve. So I've fully leaned into that. I've got great leaders around me who support me and give me guidance. And I guess all of that just makes the process easier while you're still trying to find your feet and figure out things. It's a huge benefit to have people in your corner supporting you as you do that. Yeah, so the recruitment team are great. They help with filling the jobs. I've got my regional manager who helps coordinate that process as well. So it helps make my job easier. I obviously am out winning the business, getting the information directly from the client. But then when I communicate that with the team then take ownership of that side of the process. And it just makes my role easier. I'm basically a facilitator at that point. Obviously I am working towards franchise ownership. But there's plenty I can learn from the leaders that are around me on how to get there and how to optimize the way I do things to best achieve my goals. I wouldn't say it's hard. I think it's got its challenges for sure. As I said, I try to lean into everything, and that includes the difficult tasks, the difficult processes. I try not to shy away from anything because obviously most of your growth comes when you are putting yourself in those difficult situations. I'd say at the start, maybe, that it's a little bit daunting at times, trying to sort of engage in conversation on site when you're door pulling, trying to win clients. But yeah, over time, you get more comfortable with what you're doing. You understand what you're selling and how to sell. And very quickly that process became easy for me. So it's no longer a daunting feeling. It's actually something I take excitement out of because, every door pull is an opportunity. Every connection is a potential client. There's so much business to be won. So I guess being hungry and being, putting myself out there to go out and win the business, I think is something that over time I've found great comfort in. Yeah, so there is a commission structure that unlocks when you hit 500 hours. So I'm not there yet. I am on the way to getting there. But there's plenty of recognition. I think one thing that Lizzie and Sonia do really well is, when when there's high performance or if someone's achieved something, we do, celebrate each other's victories. And that actually extends to the broader team as well. So everyone celebrates everyone's wins. There's plenty of support around you. So in terms of incentives, maybe not as much, but I think it is an incentive to be in an environment that's so supportive and where, everyone's celebrating your success and, everyone genuinely wants you to win. So that's another thing. If you were to go and start your own business, a lot of that would have to come internally. So I guess having a team that's there and can help support and push you on is a huge benefit. That's the thing as well. Every day is not going to be a good day. You are going to have challenging moments, challenging interactions. You're going to be faced with situations where you're not fully sure what to do or how to navigate it. So I guess having people around you who have been there, done that, plenty of wisdom, plenty of experience, just helps guide you, helps inform the decisions that you make. So there's a lot of people to learn a lot of great things from. I think learning is a continuous journey. You've never learned everything. There are people at this event, for example, that have been in recruitment longer than I've been alive, and they're still here, they're still learning. So there's always lessons to be learned, and that applies to everything, not just recruitment. So it's a continuous journey. I think the good thing that the business does is they do invest in learning and development. So it's not just about, okay, you've got the job now, you're here, go out and figure it out on your own. There is that ongoing support, that ongoing learning and development, which really is what's going to help you progress through your career and get better and better at your role and take more ownership of process and more ownership of your outcomes and really get to that point where you're no longer an aspiring franchisee. So I do have some prospects that are from outside territories. In terms of ownership, it will look a little bit different when I do get to that stage, because when it comes to ownership, you own within your territory. And there are borders drawn and territories are separated. But I guess the benefit is, there is that commission structure there. And if you do win business outside your territory, you're still winning business for the company. It still goes towards your hours, targets, and things like that. It just maybe when you get to the point of business ownership, you would need to work out a deal with the business to how that would look. But yeah, you can definitely expand. And, I guess the broader attitude of the team is that, the business is better off with us as a business than going to our competitors. So, if you're winning business in someone else's territory, it's still more of a benefit for us to have that business than a competitor have that business. And I guess the really great thing with the RTOs is there is a sense of people supporting one another and cheering on each other's success. So It's not competitive in the sense of, if you're doing that, you're going to be taking business from someone else. It's really more of a, we're in this together type of deal, which I think is really important. And it helps build camaraderie amongst the team. So it really started with when I left my last role. I felt that I had more to give, and I felt that I had the handcuffs on a little bit. So when I was looking at my next opportunity, I wanted something that would give me that freedom, that autonomy to go out and achieve what I want to achieve, which ultimately is business ownership. And as I said earlier, this opportunity aligned perfectly in that regard. I do consider myself a high achiever, so I think this program is perfect for someone with that sort of mentality who wants to go on and achieve great things.